Welcome to my very first vlog. This is meant to just be a test run, so I want to test filming my whole week. I do really want to start posting on YouTube because I do feel like I like more slow paced content, and I feel like I prefer filming and editing and sharing my life in that way rather than like super fast paced vlogging on TikTok. And I enjoy watching vlogs on YouTube and I enjoy sharing my life, so I thought, why not merge the two and share my London life with you on YouTube. It's going to be a lot of trial and error, obviously, with filming, editing, remembering to capture content, all the rest of it. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. This week, it was just getting back into my London routine, work. I went on a first date and a second date with the same guy and catching up with my friends. And yeah, I hope you enjoy my first ever YouTube vlog. Mwah. Side note, a lot of clips are missing because I filmed on my new camera. I got a camera for Christmas, not a G7X, but the one below. And I was just testing it out for vlogging, and I filmed a bunch of clips on there and then I put them on my phone, but they didn't actually go on my phone. So we're off to a great start. It's Monday, the 19th of January, and it's my first official week back at work. Now I'm gonna go for a little stroll before I properly start my day at 9 a.m. It's grey, it's miserable, it's 7 degrees, and that's about it. Happy Monday. I'm hungry early this morning, so I'm making some breakfast. This bread from Budget Supermarket, by the way. So good. It's cheese. Everything bagel seasoning. Electrolytes, vitamin C. This is the best vitamin C. I always bring this back from Australia with me because I swear to God, the moment I feel like I'm getting sick and I have this, Mama's not getting sick. Ta-da! Cottage cheese, 2 eggs, everything bagel seasoning, and I do have some chicken chipolatas in the air fryer. Protein, 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 my loves. It's Monday, which means I'm working from home, so I'm not gonna have much to show you. Okay, I finished work for the day. I had a pretty chill day. I feel like I only have my first day back of work for the year on Friday, and I feel like I'm still just easing in with like my boss handing stuff back over to me, so it hasn't been too crazy, which has been nice. I went to the gym on my lunch break. I just went and shipped a vintage package, and now I'm gonna cook dinner. I'm gonna cook lunch for tomorrow. I've got leftover mince, roast veggies, cottage cheese for lunch, and then tonight I'm making pork mince with brothy rice. I know there's a bit of uproar about saying brothy rice, but it is literally just bone broth, rice, and pork mince. This is the first time ever buying pork mince. I usually buy turkey mince or beef mince, but I recently found out that pork mince is actually quite good for you. It has minerals or vitamins, I don't know, in it that are good for your metabolism. Great. So I'm gonna try some pork mince. My lips are like blue from going outside. My lips always go so purple and blue. It's so embarrassing. Like, it's not even that cold. It's literally 9 degrees. Get it together, girl. Okay, pop this in the air fryer. Beep. Beep. I listened to a really good podcast of Jay Shetty with a neuroscientist, and she spoke about, it was about manifestation, but they got on the topic of moving abroad and how good it is for you to move overseas, like move to a new city, and how good it is for your growth. And I really resonated with it because she essentially was talking, hang on, this air fryer might be really loud. She was essentially talking about how, now I'm on my full like grind. I'm doing a TikTok masterclass. I'm doing Like, I'm listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza's. I've got Dr. Joe Dispenza's book over there. Health and wellness, honey. So what I was saying was this neuroscientist is talking about how good it is for you to move overseas or move to a new city, because our brains love connection. So when you're in your like usual space, your usual place, your usual day-to-day life, your brain is constantly trying to find connections and like make sense of everything. Whereas when you put yourself in a completely new environment, like a new city or a new country, your brain has no prior assumptions to go off. So it's literally forced to like make new ones, new beliefs, new assumptions. It's like it's like a complete new clean slate, which is how I feel every time I move overseas, which is probably why I do it all the time. Anyway, I really liked it. So annoying. Look what he just did. Zia. I'm so obsessed with my new journal. Having a journal like this actually makes me want to sit down and journal properly so much more than when I had a shitty, cheap journal. Like, I just love my little journal ecosystem. I have my manifestation journal. I have my everyday, like, morning pages journal, and then I have my commonplace journal. He's being so cute right now. Look at him. It's my first day back in the office for the year. My first day back in the office in like 5 weeks. So I'm excited to see the girls. Then I'm going to go to hot yoga this afternoon at Sanctuary in Seoul after work. Have a lovely day.
First.
Hey vlog, just wanted to show you my new jacket that I thrifted from Vinted Leather. Cute. It's a little bit small around the back. I just can only do these movements. Drinking, wine. That's all bag, lip liner. That's all I need. That's all I need. Hi guys, it's Thursday night and I'm going on my first date of 2026 and I'm actually looking forward to it. This is a fit. Pretty much all other normal pants, my favorite. H&M boots, other normal top. I've got to go, I'm running late. Bye! Mwah. Rainbow. Good morning, happy Sunday. I have had such a nice weekend. Yesterday I had a bit of a sleep in because I didn't set an alarm and I was like, oh, wake up like, you know, normal time. It was 9 a.m. when I woke up. Oops. And then just had like a slow morning and then I went to Hackney Wick to go to yours Pilates with my friend Colin and I was severely humbled. It's an infrared heated Pilates sculpt class and it was probably one of the hottest Pilates classes I've ever done. Like, it was literally, I was dripping from every part of my body, like my shins, my thighs, like everywhere was dripping sweat. It was kind of fucked. But I loved it. It was so good. And then we went and got a matcha from Juju's Cafe, a matcha. I had a cherry matcha float and it was like so good. I think it's a bit naughty because they like whip the, I don't know what they do. They put something whipped on top of it. Not whipped cream, but like the milk. I don't know. Anyway, it was delicious. Then we walked all the way from Hackney Wick to Angel. And then I went into Colin's and had a cup of tea. And then came home, made a healthy burger bowl, watched a movie, called my mummy, and went to bed. I love it. I'm loving this wholesome vibes and waking up fresh on a Sunday. I was gonna go for a run this morning, but I feel like I need a break. I feel like I need a rest day because I haven't had one this week, but I'm like, while I'm feeling fresh, I may as well work out. Let's go. I'm going to meet my friend Breege now for breakfast at Old Hag. I think it's a Scottish breakfast spot in Angel. And then I'm going on a second date with the guy I went on a date with on Thursday. I know, 2 dates in 1 week. The weather is miserable today. It's definitely not as nice as yesterday. Happy Sunday. Hi vlog. I went on a second date with the guy from Thursday. And he got me flowers knowing that I couldn't have them because of the cat, and he still bought them for me because he said, well, I can buy you flowers for the day. And I was like, you know what? Hell yeah, you can. But we had a really nice spontaneous afternoon because I wasn't planning on seeing him, and he messaged me last night and said, are you free tomorrow to do something wholesome? And I was like, yeah. We went to Columbia Road Flower Market. He got me his flowers. We walked through Hackney City Farm. Then we walked to Broadway Market. And then we went to Equal Parts for a wine, Marksman for a wine. And then he's like, I'm going to the Arsenal game. And I was like, Arsenal's my team, even though I don't really follow it. And he was like, well, do you want to come with me, because it's near my house, to the pub beforehand and meet one of my friends? And I was like, whatever, let's go. So we went to Tollington pub beforehand. I had to show a ticket even though I wasn't going to the game to get in, and then met one of his friends. She was really, really nice. And then yeah, I walked home and he went to the game, and this is that. So honestly, kind of crazy that like to get into a pub near a game, you have to prove that you're a fan. Like that just would not happen in Australia. Like it's not that serious, but here it's like, oh, if a Spurs fan comes into an Arsenal pub, like they're gonna start shit. And you have to prove that you are an Arsenal fan to get into this pub. And I'm like, crazy. I remember when I first moved to London, my friend was like, oh, he's a Spurs fan. And he was like, oh, we're going to this pub, blah, 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 near the stadium. You can come, but I'm going to send you a ticket. You might have to show it to prove that you're a Spurs fan to get in. And I was like, whatever, yeah, cool. So he sent me the ticket. They were versing Liverpool, and I was wearing a red shirt underneath. Like, I just didn't really know, whatever. I was wearing a leather jacket with a red shirt, and we walk in, I get into the Spurs pub, and I start to take my jacket off. He's like, what are you doing? And I was like, what? And he's like, why are you wearing red? And I was like, I don't know, I like this shirt. And he's like, covered my jacket up. And he was like, don't show that in here. And I was like, ah. And that was my first experience of a Premier League, like, pub, whatever. But it was really fun. Anyway, it was a similar vibe. But Arsenal's my team, so it was cool. And yeah, anyway, happy Sunday. I hope you have a great week. Mwah!